Hi everyone, it is Wing It Wednesday, and once again I'm running around trying to find some stuff. I'm trying to think what came in today. Well, whatever I did not do today, I will do Saturday. So hope everybody is nice and cool. I got 2 great boxes in today, and I'll open those up for you in a little bit. But I'm going to go through some of the things that came in earlier this week. Oh, trying to get some stuff ready for, I have a little demonstration for you. So, making sure I have everything. Okay, let's see. Is Donna on yet? I was going to have Donna entertain you guys while I run up and see if there's a card sample up there. So, if Donna's not on yet, Barbara, I choose you. Hopefully you can type fast. So I want you to share a joke with everybody. A really stupid, corny, simple joke. I'll be right back. So Barbara, did you share a joke with everybody? Well, if you didn't, that's okay. I'm just going to grab some cutaway jokes. Oh, I think Donna went to see that. Yeah, I think it's here. Isn't it here for another week? I saw some pictures that she shared on her Facebook, and it looked amazing. Okay, so no jokes. Okay, let me grab my Copics and then we'll get started. Okay, let's get going. I'm going to start off today. We just got an order in of this mirror cardstock from Tonic, and I just wanted to let everybody know that this kind of stuff might be really hard to find around Christmas time. So I ordered a slew of it. So we have lots of red and greens, and we had gold. In fact, the silver is gone, and hopefully we'll get that at another time. We do have some individual sheets. We got the black velvet, which is kind of a matte black, so for Halloween. If you can see, it's actually really cool. It's like a matte black, almost like a chalkboard. So kind of think ahead, because companies are already telling us that, things are just really slow, still sitting on a port, not only in Los Angeles, another company is having paper issues. Their items are somewhere in Chicago, just at, on some dock, just waiting for a trucker to be able to pick it up and deliver it. So this kind of craziness going on everywhere. So I highly suggest, if you see something, grab it. Okay, so what I wanted to show you today is a technique that we did kind of a long time ago. And some of you may be familiar with it, some of you may not. And We used to do it with stickers, but now that there's so many beautiful die cuts and intricate die cuts, you can do it with your die cuts. And so that's what I'm going to share with you today. And what you're going to need for this is your cardstock. You'll need a die cut. And I chose this one by LDRS, this beautiful flower pattern, so you can kind of see it better here. I actually did two designs because I'm going to layer the other one up on top to give it a little more dimension. And I chose my cardstock. And on top of the cardstock, you are going to put the score tape. And the score tape comes in 6x6 sheets, and it also comes in 8.5 by 11 sheet. And you definitely want to use score tape because it is like super strong. It's probably like one of the strongest besides Redline that we have. And I really only need it the size of my die cut. So let me see. We're going to have to do it this way. So it comes one side. Let me open one of the packs so you can actually, well, you can see it here. This, when you remove this, the adhesive is on the white side. And then when you remove the white, actually I would remove the white first. It'd be a little bit harder. So it's a double-sided adhesive. So what we're going to do is actually remove this. And I don't know if I need this whole thing, so I'm going to just so I'm putting my die down onto my double-sided cardstock. Try not to touch the adhesive part, and actually I just use this little tool. And we just want that nice and smooth. Okay? And then this is what makes the magic. The silk microfine glitter. Elizabeth Crafts has it, and it's a super, super, super fine glitter. And I use this a lot on my Christmas cards because I love it. It's not chunky, it's super fine. And I don't know if you can see close up if I kind of show those very closely. This one is called Warm Diamond. It has like a little gold in there that you can see. And then this one is Cool Diamond. And if anything, you can see kind of like a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, maybe a slight touch of gold in there. But for the most part, I've always used the Cool Diamond. Yeah, this is the best. This is like powder. So I have a little coffee filter, and you're just going to really like pour the glitter on here. And just take a brush and just really make sure that that glitter is getting worked into the adhesive. And then whatever you don't use goes back in your bottle. And you use that over and over. But this is like the best glitter. And if you guys know, glitter, like I think it multiplies just like paper clips. So you get it back in your bottle. Okay. And then after you've done that, you want to take your finger and when it burnish it. We really want to use our finger, and we're rubbing it. We're rubbing that glitter into that adhesive sheet. And you can almost see when you're doing it that the glitter tends to sparkle more. I mean, like I said, we did this technique I see Judy's on, and she probably remembers all the card classes we did with the stickers. And but now that there's so many die cuts, you can do the same thing with your die cuts. So I think I got this burnished really good. And I'm just going to, once again, just off onto the floor, dust anything that is just excess on there. And I don't know if you can see here, but this is like how super fine that glitter is. It's like this powder. So now I'm going to use alcohol markers. You can use your Copics, and the Copics that we have here in the store are not the best. So I'm using the Tri-Blend markers, which are alcohol based. And we're going to color on top of the glitter. And because I can color on top of this white paper because I made that extra mark. And when you color, you don't really have a whole lot of, you don't want to blend too much because you're going to eventually saturate that glitter and move it, and you don't want to do that. So I'm just kind of touching on top. So just go and color. Kind of blending with that third color. I don't like that dark green that's down at the bottom, but that's what happens when you wing it. Let's just go over that again. And we'll do this stalk. Let's see. I'll do this one just, I won't use that dark green. I don't like that dark green. That was too much of a mossy green, but it might look good when we're done and we have it all together. And if you can see, I'm really not blending as much as I normally would on paper. I'm just kind of adding, the color. And these markers might not be as good as the Copics. Maybe that's why it's not blending so much. And I'll just do one of the flowers. That's an awfully bright pink. Not in my color palette, but let's see if I do these. Looks like a mess right now, doesn't it? So you're going to go and you're going to color everything in. And say that I colored everything in, then I'm going to put this one on top. And you can actually see what's happening. And you have that glitter look, and it looks like you have all these little metallic shiny little pieces that you kind of inlaid in there, but pretty much you've just colored on top of the glitter paper on that glitter that we made. And I have a completed one that I did long time ago. So you can see, and I use Copics on this so that you can actually really blend those colors. And this is a die cut, and actually the die cut was cut from the black packaging that something came in, I think oh gosh, I think it was like embossing folders, had a black background, so we used that. And what was nice about having that shiny black paper, I can color on top of it with a Copic marker and it still remained black, so I didn't see it. So I didn't have to be very careful about coloring within the lines. Where this one, I decided that I just made another overlay that I'm going to put on top of that. So kind of like a blast from the past, and a fun technique that if you have any of the cool die cuts and you might have to pick up the glitter, you definitely want to use the microfine glitter. Not any other glitter won't work, so you won't get that kind of look. And just remember, when you put it down on your paper, it's important that you burnish it, so you really rub that glitter in so it's kind of embedded into that adhesive paper. So that's kind of my little show and tell for today, and then we'll just kind of move on to the other show and tell of all the new products that we got in so far this week. I actually thought about taking the beach stuff from the front and putting fall up, but it's just so beautiful I can't do it yet. Probably another week we're going to start moving. You'll see some changes in the store. We'll start moving the fall up to the front, bringing the Halloween up a little closer. Okay, I told you we have 2 boxes that came in. This is the first one, and these are not online yet because Jess did not get the invoices. So she'll be working on these today, and we'll have these up by the end of the day. This one is from LDRS, and this is her new, a lot of this is a new release for the holiday. Oh, card samples. Love that. So let me just kind of open this. So as I unbox, if I see a card that works for these. Oh, I can see one right away. This is one of her new slimline dies. This one is called Elegant Stitch Frames Slimline. Like I said, it's not online at this moment, but it will be coming up. One of the things I want to show you, actually the die kind of goes in this direction. And as I move this closer, if you can see, all around the outside edge, these dies, that edge is raised where this one is lower. And what that allows you to do when you fold your cardstock and put it on there, it's not a cutting line, it's a folding line, so that it makes a folded slimline card, which I thought was pretty unique. Nobody has done that yet. And in this card sample that they sent, you can see that you have all these different label dies in here. This one was used here. These were used over here. So you have the nice matte and then the other image. And that inside is that layer inside this die. So this can be done in this direction, or it can be turned in this direction. The other thing is, if you really, really want this, you can call the store and we can put your name on it and set it to the side, and then when they get entered, we'll call you and we can, let you know that they're done. This one was another unique die that I hadn't seen, that postage design, like the postage stamp. And once again, you have the outside die, and all along this side, it's flat so that it would create that fold so your card can open up in either direction. And then you have all these additional dies inside It's filled with a ton of dies. And this one is called, up here, Diagonal Stitch Postage Frame Slimline Die. And I think for me, like when we get these in, I'm just as surprised as you because I ordered these probably like a month and a half ago and I totally forgot what I got. So you can see this card is done with that postage stamp die on the background. And I believe this is also a die, it's a background die to create those textures. This was a couple of these were older sets. This one is kind of a get well little set, and we sold out of it right away last time. So it's sorry you're feeling under the weather, rest, relax, recover, but a nice little, sentiments for those people that you want to send a get well card to. These I thought were kind of a cool idea, and we can see we got a lot of them. It's a Christmas tag set, and so you have 6 different tags over here, and then you have sentiments that you can stamp in here. So when you're making the tags, you can make a bunch of them all at once. And the cool thing with this is they have a coordinating die, and the die fits so that once you stamp it, then you can just put this over and die cut it, and you can see kind of in the top little corner there's that solid little triangle that will line up on this corner, and there's one on this side for there, so you'll get your alignment perfectly to cut those Christmas tags. And you get these several different little sayings, and you get the to and from. So I thought these were kind of like, once again, I hadn't seen anybody, have these. And this one is the gift tag stack die, along with the Christmas tag gift tag stack. This is a layered poinsettia die, which I thought was really unique. And somewhere in the store, I have a sample of this done. So I'll probably find it between now and Saturday and share that finished card with you. But it's actually kind of cool because it's not your traditional poinsettia die. Speaking of poinsettias, I've been working on the Heartfelt Creations poinsettia class. They are available, so the Lois and Janine, your complete sets have been ordered, and I ordered additional for the store. So those are coming. This one is the Halloween tag die. So it works just like the Christmas tag, and then works with the same die. So if you're doing little gift packages or something for kids and stuff, this would be a fun little topper that you can add to your little gift bag. And you have the cute little sayings. And the sayings are fun even for your cards. And this one is the Halloween gift tag stack stamp. Oh, masking paper. So those that are familiar with this, this is used when you want to protect something that you have stamped already and you want to cover it up. Here you can make another stamp, cut it out, lay it on top, color around it, ink it around it, stamp things behind it, and then lift that off, and then you get that image behind. And one day we'll kind of actually show you how this works, but there's only a couple companies that I know that have it, so I made sure that we got it in. This was a flower that we sold out of, so we got that back in. These are the little dies. You can use these, with any other company, but they actually line up with their stamps so that you can, cut everything at once. And last of all, this is something I have to play with, and it's their template, pirouette pattern template, and you use it very much like Concord and Ninth for turning and creating different patterns and designs. And I thought this one was actually kind of cool because you get different sizes, and because everything is marked right out for you, I think there's an opportunity to do some really cool things. And we got the Concord and Ninth new release in, and I want to play with it, and then hopefully either next week or I don't think by Saturday I'll have time to do it, but see, show you how this works. But it works for all the little stamps, and pretty much you can use kind of, the same thing I think that Gina K did. So, but I kind of like this template better. So these are going to be fun to use. Here you can see actually they used on this background was created with that template. So you can see how the images, you just stamp and turn your paper, stamp and turn your paper over and over to create different patterns. And what I liked about them is you can use a lot of little stamps and dies you already have. So this is what came in from LDRS. I thought I ordered more items, but maybe they just didn't have everything in stock. So okay, let me move this to the side. I did mention we got Concord and Ninth in. This is their fall release. And I thought this was pretty cool. It was a great idea. And this is the Mix and Match Everyday Sentiments. And if you can see, this is one entire stamp. And so you can ink it one color, stamp it with your stamping tool, and then this die goes on top and cuts everything out. So you get all those little pieces of all those words, so you can create your own little sentiment for a card. So if you can see here, if you can imagine that they stamped everything in this light pink, and then when they use the die cut, then you can pick out your sending word, your love, and the little heart. And here are some little sayings that they have compiled for you that out of the set, you can use all these different little sayings to create those little messages. And here's another little sample. So we will have some samples coming up, and I'll show you how to use that also. This is a new floral set, because I love florals. But these can be coneflowers, they can be sunflowers. If you can see, these messages in the inside come out so that you could have an empty frame to put whatever inside that you want. And then they have additional flowers on the side here and some other little wording. But just another beautiful floral set from them. Oh, Carol, sorry, I got busy. I forgot to call you back. They have, let's see, this is the Wreath Harvest die cut. So you have these little, like the little wheat, the leaves, the little greenery, the berries, the circles, and so on. This is the die. And then this is their Harvest Turnabout set. And you have all these leaves and a bunch of different sayings, and on the back they actually kind of go through step by step. So for example, this little cluster here, if you would take that and you stamp that one time, and then if you stamp it in another color a second time and a third time and a fourth time, you can create a completed image like this. You can also just use one of the sprigs individually, one or two, kind of set them up as such, and then turn again, and then you'll get this, and you turn it again, and so on, and you can get kind of a little wreath. Now, the person that actually has this down pat is Mona, and she has done, gosh, I think during COVID she came in one time, and we have a Facebook Live where she actually showed how to do this. She's done classes with it in the past, demo Sundays, and showed everybody how to use these turnabouts. I've never really did a whole bunch with it because I let her do it, and I love to color and she loves to do this. But this is the set that I thought would be really good to use with LDRS's Pirouette. I found their little system easier for me to like mentally understand, and so that's what I'm going to give this a shot. But if you don't like that, you have all these little leaves, and you have dies and some great sayings that you can use for a lot of your fall cards. And a couple months ago, they had the triple step heart, which we did. This is new. This is the triple step autumn leaf stamp. And once again, if you can see this kind of close up, you have a grouping here, and you have a second grouping here, and a third. And you would stamp one down in one color combination, then choose a second color combination, stamp the other one, and the third. Here is one complete design that's solid that you can use with that little sentiment here. And here on the back, they actually show you if you stamped this leaf combination in the dark blue, and that one in the gold, and that one in the turquoise, and as you stamp them on top of each other, this is the design that you would get. And we will have samples of this. So they have the stamp, and then they have the die that works with it. So you could use this outside of the die to align your stamp designs in here, or you can just use this die cut and create this pattern, which will go on top of here. And they do give you some additional little die cuts that coordinate with the set, because you really kind of want both of them. And they don't have a pattern on here, but this is one of the things that we'll be having samples on, so kind of watch for those to come. And what else did we get? We got a box of a variety of different things, but here is a new 3D embossing folder from Susan Wilson from Creative Expressions, and these are kind of like poinsettias. So this is, I think, a 6x6 embossing folder. So that's brand new. We have a couple new Lavinia stamps and some stencils, which are awesome. And I loved this new stamp. Art is a story waiting to be told. So people that do journaling and so on, and anything, that is like a really great stamp to have. And this one I thought was perfect to stamp on the back of your cards, Art from the Heart. So we got a ton of these, because I think everybody wants one of those. These are on the system. They're already entered in the system. Another one for art journalers, free your inner creativity. And these new leaf stencils, just absolutely love these. These are like super cool. And we have several new stencils. These look like they're probably 8x8, so they're pretty large. So you can use them in slimline cards, you can use them on bigger art pieces. So this one is flower petals. This one is called Flurry, with all those different leaves. This one reminds me of oranges and lemons and limes. This one's just called Abstract. Maybe because I have lemons on my mind. This is another super cool one. And this one is called Posy. So you can find these here in the Lavinia section. And this is larger than I thought, but probably larger is better. This is not online, but for those of you that live far away and do want one, we can mail it, but the shipping is going to be different. I have to, because it's quite large. It's actually like 15 inches. And this is called the Crafter's Magic Stand. And the way this works, I am forever, when I'm working on my dies, losing them because I placed them in places that I think I'm going to remember, but I don't. And if you can see, I don't know if you could kind of see, but this whole piece, which is like the 15 inches by 11 inches, it's actually really heavy. So you kind of set it up like a teepee on your workspace, and your dies actually stick to it. So when you're creating and you're looking for and it's really a strong magnet, they're here. Like, so when I'm working on the poinsettia cards from Heartfelt. I was forever losing the dies. I mean, now I'm setting this up at my workstation, and I won't lose them. I'll know when I'm running around looking to find where I put them to look on this unit. And this will fold up if you need it to fold up. But if you're going to crops and places and so on, this is like, it's a tool that you have to have. I was just like, oh my gosh. My sales rep, who's super sweet and never pushes me into anything, says, Sharon, you have to like get these. Like, you'll love this. She goes, I got one for my room because I kept losing everything, and you'll love it. I didn't realize how big it is, but probably bigger is better, actually, because, I have little small mats of magnets, and that doesn't do me any good. And this is super strong. So, yes, Jackie will put one on this side for you. I believe they're under $40. I think it might be like $38.99, $37.99. But I think it's just something everybody's going to love. I was really excited about this. So that's the Tonic Magnet Stand. And I do have one more box to share with you. And I'm really excited because there's new stuff in here that I have not seen yet. And it's kind of a heavy box, so and if you guys can see, this is from Pink Fresh. Can I show the cards using embossing folders? I'm not quite sure what you're asking, Teresa. Let me open this box, and maybe you can. Okay, we have more of the lemon washi tape, more of the blossom and berry washi tape, these have sold out and now they're back in stock. All these great little gems. So Allison, if you want to come, you can take these and she can price them. These are all in the system. These are super cool. Look at that color. Do you want to take all these gems and you can fill up everything? they're in the system, so they just need priced and put out.
Okay, nothing needs to be put in inventory wise.
Right. No, I don't think so. For those of you that have been waiting for these stamps, finally, these are the stamps that have the dies. It's the one complete stamp and the die coordinate, so you can cut out all these sentiments. And for those of you that are doing the hot foiling, once you, I was just reading Teresa's and I got kind of sidetracked. I will try to do maybe a Facebook using folders then. I can go through that with you. And you can email me and kind of like ask me specifically what you'd like me to show you. So we've been waiting for these forever. So these came in. There is a hot plate die that you can also use that have these same designs. This is a new flower set called Sweet Friend Floral. And they do have die cuts, and I thought these were like super sweet. Let's see. We did a class with this set, the Be Strong, and we've got more of these in. I love this one. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then these sentiments can go inside here. And here's a sample of this one. Just a Hello Floral. So all these items are in the system already. Oh wait, no, these are Pink Fresh. I apologize. These are not in yet. So Jess will be putting these in. If they're old, we'll be adding that inventory right away, but this is a cling stamp, and this will come out, so you'll have that border, which is really beautiful. And there's some individual little stamps inside here, and they always have some of the best sayings. And here's a sample on the back. This is the Happy Blooms frame. So this is this is the stencil that goes with this. And then there's a coordinating die that also matches. That might be a class coming up. I ordered an awful lot of them. This is a stencil that actually goes with this. So for those of you that don't like to color, after you've stamped it, you can go ahead and use the different layers of stencils to fill in and color. And I have a pack of things that they sent, so maybe on Saturday I can show you guys how these work again. We've done them before. So these are the stencils that go with that set. This is a new, what do they call it? The Slimline Diamond Builder. This is Slimline, but remember you can also use these on A2 cards. And you can see by using like the 3 different color inks or 4 different color inks, this is the pattern that you can create. I've seen a finished card of this. They're so much better in person. Very cool stencil. And this is actually really what I've been waiting for. I had showed you a while back using the washi tape. The washi tape has dies, they have stamps that coordinate with them, and now they have stencils. So in the first batch of washi tapes, if anybody bought any of those, like this is Indigo Vines, the blue anemone, I forgot all the different ones. They now have stencils. So you can use the stencils with the stamps, and you can also use the stencil stamp alone. and then use the dies with them. So this is the indigo vine, so you can see how that can color that particular one. This one is the painted peony. So I think they were made to use with the stamps and the dies, but I have all these pretty much at home, so I'm going to try them and see if you could use it without the stamp. This box is like never ending. We have the dies that go with those words. This is a hot foil plate that actually goes with this, which is pretty cool. See, that's the hard thing, like, because I'm just opening this box, I don't know what's in here, and things are coming out at different times, so kind of forgive me. This is the die cut that if you wanted this inside die cut out, and the sentiments die cut goes with this particular set. So if you can see close up how that is cut around. This is the die cut, oh my gosh, that goes with this particular set. And more of the stencils for the Joyful Bouquet. This is the English Garden. And Anemone Magic. So any of you that had bought the first round of the stamps and dies, these all go with the first collection. So watch with the new, probably the blossoms and berries and the lemon, those will probably be released next. And I think that's it. I think that's the end of the box. We carry their little ink pads. I'm not a big fan of the little pads, so I actually got these all in the large set for me. So that's my little Christmas gift to myself. So anybody have any questions? So probably either, I don't think by Saturday, but sometime next week, we'll actually show you some completed projects using the new products that came in from Pink Fresh. And if there is something that you just can't wait for and you saw, you can shoot me an email or a text or call the store. But I'll just wait. Anybody have any questions? So hopefully by the end of the day, Jess will have the LDRS entered and the Pink Fresh. And for those of you that have been waiting for that stamp and die set, I will give you a call so we can get your order set aside for you. I know I have a couple customers that have been waiting patiently for these to come in. And I will probably bring these back on Saturday to show you some of the things that we've had already using this. So anybody have any questions then? So I think I'm okay. Oh, okay, thanks. I'll look for my email, Lois. So anybody else have any questions? And Teresa, just email me the things that you'd like to see with embossing folders, and I'd be happy to do a Facebook Live using some techniques with embossing folders. And I find that, like, don't ever hesitate to ask, because if you think it's a stupid question or you don't want to ask because think everybody else knows everything, there's probably a lot of other people that are in the same boat as you and appreciate the fact that, like, oh my God, yes, I'd like to learn more about embossing folders. So yeah, if there's something that you want to see, just let me know, and we can show it either on, the Wednesday or Saturday. So I think that's it for me for now. So everyone have a great day. Stay nice and cool. They do have the convention in town this weekend at the fairgrounds, Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, we will not be attending. It's just, I just possibly can't add it on my to-do list of all the things that I need to do. So something had to give, and it was the convention. I will just be walking around sometime for a little bit on Sunday. So go out and support them. And the other thing, we sent an email. We got a lot of great in-store specials. So we're here, our regular store hours on Saturday. We will not be open Sunday, so not this week. So everyone, take care, and thank you for joining me. Have a great day.